Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Super 6 podcast with me, Laura Woods, and him, Bayo Akinfenwa. Hi, mate.
Yes. What's going on, LW? You good?
I'm good. I'm excited. I feel like I haven't seen you for ages.
It's been a while, you know.
I know. So much has happened to you since I last saw you. I
was gonna throw it to you, but I see what you did there. Yesterday played my first start, should I say. I got my first championship start at the age of 38. So let me just put this out there, people. Don't let anybody tell you it's ever too late to achieve a dream. I'll tell you that now. I made my first start for Wickham. We got our first point, and I was honoured enough to captain the team. It was good. I am telling you right now, I am certified finished. I am stiff.com. I need a massage. I need the whole works. It should be illegal to feel this way after a game. But anyway, we got a point, so it was worth it. So yeah, man. And it was good. Good night.
I know you're going to be tired, but I can notice already you've got that big smile on your face. It's like, and oh, look, I can see it in your face. You're just so proud.
No, it is. Personally, I mean, for myself, it took 20 years to get to this point. And then, of course, we got promoted last season, and then I had the operation. So that I couldn't play. So I was out for 12 weeks. And then yesterday was the first time for me to start. And of course, we started the way we wanted to. So we got our first point, which I guess is always the hardest point. And it was Watford.
What a team to do it again.
Oh, yeah, you know what? And I ain't going to lie, anybody that watched the game, it was live on Sky, anybody that watched the game, Foster was man of the match, so that kind of showed that we took him all the way. And Ben, let me just put this out there. You're top guy, yeah? But I'm hating on you because he was magnificent. We were talking throughout the game, and this is why I know he's so comfortable at what he is, where he is in his career, because and myself, because we was talking throughout the game. I was like, he was giving me hope, like I had a shot, and it's like he looked at me and he was like, oh yeah, this is beat me. Then he was like, no, and he just caught it and saved. He was just, and I was telling him throughout the game, I was like, bro, you're giving me hope just to take it away. He was moving like a cat, diving. Listen. Afterwards, we swapped shirts as well. So to be fair, he give me his man of the match shirt and I give him mine. So listen, salute to him, but I'm hating on him. I'm not a massive fan of him after last night, but still top goalie. Listen, he's probably the best goalie in the league.
I'm just loving the fact that he was giving you the eyes and like giving you hope, and you're like, oh, I've got this one, and then he's like, just joking.
Do you know listen, there was 2 chances I had. And it was like I did a little move, and anybody knows me knows I don't really shoot outside the box. So I kind of curled it. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, right, this is in. And really, truly, he could have just shuffled and caught it in midair and looked at me. But he kind of paused, looked, and then said, nah, big man. And then just dived, caught it, rolled on it. And as he ran past me, I'm like, oh, he's like, sorry, big man. And he just ran. But that's where it is. For me, I rate him. I love that in the sense of the game where, not that he's not taking it serious, in the sense where it was just, he was comfortable in what he was, and he was just top level goalie. So salute to you, but I'm still hating you, Ben.
I just love these conversations that you have on the football pitch. I never hear about them. I've heard about you having a conversation with someone. Do you remember when you got absolutely peppered? What was that scoreline when we spoke about the biggest scoreline that you've ever been involved in that you were the wrong end of?
8-0. So 8-2 on aggregate, I think it was. And then that's when I was talking with the centre half on the line.
You had nothing to do, both of you.
We're just there. Like you talk, for me, I'm a talker. Like anybody that knows I'm a talker, so even to the centre half. And I'm talking to them, I'm like, you boys want to smoke? And they'll turn around and be like, some of them who's just serious, like, oh, who's the centre half? Cathcart. I think he is, plays for Watford. I was trying to joke with him, it must have been 65 minutes and I was tired and I was like, hug me. And he was just serious. So I was like, oh, so you're one of them ones, innit? So then that's just where so I was like, oh, so you don't want to smoke then. So if you don't give me nothing back, I need to be like, oh, so we can't laugh and joke. Are you one of them ones? All right, so then I was just giving it to him. So you don't want to smoke. You don't want to smoke.
Did he break eventually?
No, man, he was serious. Even though I went off, he was like, oh. I was like, all right, cool. And I rolled off at him. So he didn't break at all. He was focused. I guess his manager don't like him smiling in games.
Well, look, can I just say a massive congratulations. I know you waited a long time for this, as you just said. And even the start of the season must have felt like a long wait until you finally got your opportunity. So congratulations, Bayo, officially Championship player. Amazing.
Thank you, LW. All right, nah, cool. That's me out here. So let me throw. What's your world been like?
Oh, my world, just the normal. I've been busy. I've been all over the place. I'm going to be a judge on the Sports Women of the Year Awards.
I see that. Congratulations. Tell me more about that, because I don't really know about that.
So some of the Times, I've presented the last couple, and I think I'm probably going to present again this year, and it'll be like a different kind of award ceremony, obviously because of COVID. But we go through the packs and we get to vote for a certain amount of people. The public get to vote for a certain different amount of people. So basically it's kind of like in categories, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sportswomen, disability sportswomen, grassroots. There's just some really, really amazing categories and some amazing women. My favourite part about it actually is just sitting there and reading through. We get like a list of, like a compiled list of all the candidates, and we just get to go through and learn about each of them. And what I don't want to do is give anything away, because I don't think I can say who I voted for. I already have voted, by the way.
Why can't you say? Is it like under an embargo and them things there?
Yes.
I say nothing. All right, cool. Don't say nothing then. Tell me afterwards though. Tell me off air. Yeah.
I will. I'll tell you off air, because I think I've got the winner, but we'll see. Anyway, should I tell you what's coming up in this podcast?
Yeah, cool.
Right, got a couple of games coming up. So basically stay with us to find exactly what those games are between you and I. Got our usual Super 6 fixtures we're going to go through for round 10.
Round 10 already?
Round 10. Amazing, isn't it? You could be with a chance of winning £250,000 as well. So stay tuned. And as always, if you want to follow us on Twitter, @Super6. And if you want to get involved in the conversation, #Super6podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put it out there that perhaps when you come on this podcast, good things happen to you rather than bad things. Like, I don't think I have that curse.
No. Look, LW, you my girl, a bag of pearls. But I'm going to have to let you know, when you come on here, there's this forces that go. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad forces. Unfortunately, you got this bad force. But my goodness, be fighting it. So, like, when you come on here, be prepared to be fighting that. So, Mikel Antonio, he came on, first game, they were 3-0 down, he got substituted, they made it 3-3. That was the LW curse. You know what I'm saying? That was the LW curse. And then of course, my good energy made him, against City, scored the wonder goal. I don't want to put it on me. I don't want to say it was me, because I didn't have anything to do with the goal per se, but the energy, you know what I'm saying, on the ambiance in the sky. What a goal.
It was special.
It was. But listen, he said he was going to do the celebration. We're going to have to chastise him for that, We're going to have to chastise. He was gassed.
It's almost like he's forgotten about us already.
I don't like that,
No, I don't.
That's big time.
Considering you got him to where he was in terms of scoring that goal.
Thank you. Listen, like I said, I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot. You know what I mean? And then he just goes and forgets us like that. I can understand why he forgot you, because you know what I'm saying. Like, you hear me? But anyway, listen, we was talking about, look, you know what? Should he get a call up? He's formed since he's come back in. Him saying that he likes playing up front. And to be fair, the goal was special.
It was very decent.
It was special.
It was very decent. What's happening at West Ham at the moment? Because at the beginning of the season, we were worried about them, and it was quite vocal as well. People in the media, ex-players, fan base as well, frustrated, angry. All of a sudden, looking the real deal.
Yeah, man. I ain't even going to lie. I am worried. We got them next. When I say we, I say Liverpool. Yes, it's we. We got them next. And listen, we're struggling in injuries at the moment. The young boys coming in. Reece Williams. To be fair, good prospect and that. But I think Antonio would be looking and thinking, you know what, he's the one I'm going to go and play on. Not that much experience with him and Gomez. Don't know about if Matip's back, but... man, West Ham they're finding form, they've got confidence, and maybe the fans not being there has allowed them the time to find their feet. Their fans, listen, they're unforgiving. So maybe just the process now. But yeah, to be fair, they're looking the real deal.
If you're Reece Williams, right, just going to your team, Liverpool, and you basically play... I watched him play in a cup game, the Carabao Cup game against Arsenal, so I've seen him play in different competitions, not in the Premier League, obviously. Before he gets his start in the Premier League, he's playing in the Champions League.
I got told a stat, and don't quote me if it's wrong, I heard last season he was on loan at Kidderminster.
Yeah, he was.
So in a year, he's gone from playing in the conference to starting or to coming on in the Champions League. See, now they're the wonder stories of football. Literally, you cannot. There would have been no way under the sun on his wildest dreams. He would have said he would have gone from that to that, and that's what football does. It's wonderful. But I've always said this. I said this yesterday. When one door closes, another door opens for another player. And sometimes you get thrust into the deep end and it's a sink or swim. But look, he's got a real great manager with him. He's got experienced players. Hopefully Hendo's back. So hopefully, you know what, he hits the ground running. But listen, it's a great education for him anyway. But Champions League from conference, boy, you couldn't even write that.
Jurgen Klopp said it's a bit like a marriage. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's less good. And he's talking about injuries in football. Is that how you describe it?
Nah. Ain't no marriage out there. It's just bad. It's just bad. Nah, listen, it's part of football. But you know what the thing is? It's a domino effect. Sometimes you can go where you have no injuries and you're like, this is cool. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. When one domino falls, it just continues to hit. And that's just, listen, they say it's their luck, but sometimes it's just the way life goes sort of thing. Injuries are part of past, but it's a domino effect and it's just hitting where you're just like, what the hell? Did we just step on a black cat or break a glass when you're just talking about bad luck's following us? But it is part of football.
So I went to Molineux and I did Wolves against Newcastle, and for about 80 minutes I don't think I'm going to offend either fan base when I say it was probably one of the most boring games I've sat through.
Swear it was that bad. I didn't catch it. It was bad.
It was devoid of a lot of entertainment for the early parts. Then all of a sudden an amazing Jimenez goal from outside the box. He tends to, it's something like 2/3 of his goals in the Premier League have been in the second half. He kind of takes a while to kind of warm up.
Yeah, I get that.
And Wolves in general sort of are performing in the second half as well. So you kind of were like, actually, you know what? This is true to form with Wolves. Scoring in the second half, probably going to go on and win it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Newcastle scored a free kick and it sort of bent round the wall and into the goal. And Nuno's the next goalie, isn't he?
Yeah.
So in his post-match interview, Nuno's genuinely... I don't know if you've ever heard me say this before, but he's my favourite manager.
I haven't heard that, but I hear that now.
I love him. I just think he's amazing.
Over Klopp, yeah?
Yeah. I wrote a note. Oh, yeah.
Be easy, old squeezy, Klopp's my guy.
I forgot about me and Klopp's
friendship. No, to be fair, stay away. I ain't going to lie to you. Yeah. Stay away from my guy Klopp. Stay with Nuno. Yeah. Stay with him. I
wrote an article about him last year, and it was doing that research, I already had a bit of a fascination with him anyway, because I find him, he's quite stoic in his kind of manner. And I remember I called the Wolves players disciples, and I've heard that before about the way that he kind of has them drilled and keeps them all content and happy. And I once did a post-match interview with him, and when he came up, it was for radio, and it was at Old Trafford. They just played at Manchester United. And he came up into the stands, and my producer had gone somewhere, so I was on my own. And he came to do a live interview, and I was chatting away on radio, having just done that game. It was a 5:30 kickoff, so it was cold. All the fans were out the stadium. And as he's climbing up these steps, I'm panicking more and more as he's getting closer to me, because I don't have the producer there. So I'm just hoping that the microphones are all working. Anyway, he picks up the first microphone, takes it to his lips, starts talking nothing. I'm like, oh my God. Nuno, come to the next microphone, comes to the next one, not working. Come to the next 3 of them, not working. And I'm literally, this is live. Nuno's standing there, the press officer standing there, everyone's staring at me. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So anyway, I'm wearing one of these microphones that's, I call it a Britney mic. So, it's kind of attached to your headset.
Yeah.
Bends down, sits in front of your mouth.
Like a single one.
Exactly,
a single, yeah, I got you.
Already attached to the headset. You can bend it, right, left and right. So I was like, Nuno, you're just going to have to share mine. So genuinely, the whole interview, we were this close to each other. I had to bend the microphone to get to him when he was speaking, and then bend it back when I asked a question.
Yeah.
And he did the whole interview, and he didn't bat an eyelid, and it was genuinely, someone's taken a photo of it, right? The Wolves press office, I'll show it to you, took a photo of it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The question I get at that is after a game, him on the touchline jumping up and down, how did he smell?
Do you know what? I've never got that close to him.
What are you talking about? You're sharing a mic.
But I can't really remember, because we were outside, so I can't really... I'm just going to say you smelled delightful because it works.
Did you put some perfume on them?
Oh, of course I would.
Oh, say nothing that.
Yeah,
That's what I took from that. But I rate that though. You know what? How did they get on though? It
was a draw that day.
Okay.
So it was. I'm sure it was a draw.
I rate that, because some people can be this is that and that, and for him to go on that, I rate that. So
Me too.
I like him anyway. I like
too.
him. He's passionate.
Yeah. So basically, we're in the stands at Old Trafford, and this is what he looked like.
I look at you. Hey, look, yeah. Y'all two about to kiss. Kissing. To be fair, I rate that though. Look, I do rate what he's doing because that can be kind of uncomfortable to talk in awkward. But look at you. You're just smiling. So
I was loving it.
You put everybody at ease though. I ain't gonna lie though.
So close though, isn't it? No, honestly, my respect levels for him just elevated even higher if I didn't already think he was the best thing in football. But post-match at the weekend, it wasn't quite the same. The way that they conceded, obviously you'd be quite angry at that. But post-match, I was like, oh no, because what you don't want to do post-match is you have to do it every week. You have to do it. One of them's not going to be very happy.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want him to be the unhappy one, but he was unhappy. And it was one of those things where you get in and out as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Try and keep your head, as in don't get it taken clean off. Don't ask a stupid question. And I was like, okay, thank you. See you later, Nuno. Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.
You didn't remember him and say, remember our little time at Old Trafford? No, he wasn't. He was mad. Yeah.
It didn't feel like the right time.
No, I say that.
I was like, Nuno, remember this photo.
Remember us.
Forget about the drop point. Look, do you remember this? It was cold that day, wasn't it?
He was sharp to me, but I think I did see it. He weren't happy. He said you shouldn't get beat around that side of the wall. I did, yeah, he weren't happy.
He wasn't. So you saw the post-match then?
I see it. Every time you're on, I try and catch you, LW. Come on, Nash.
So it is the return of the Super 60-second challenge, where we are given a chosen topic to discuss and argue it. We're not in charge of these topics.
I was just about to jump in on there, yeah? We're not in charge. We are given these topics. So when you lot want to jump on us on social media and saying, we are talking off of what we was given. I'm just throwing that out there, yeah?
It's a challenge, right? That's why it's 60 seconds.
Love
challenge,
that, LW.
Right, so here we go. Unfortunately, my challenge this week, it's going to be difficult, but I'll do it. Bayo got a good one in there as well. Basically, I've got 60 seconds on the clock. No pauses, no hesitations. If it's too long, then we just clat it there.
All right, cool.
And then, I don't know, I guess one of us is just the winner.
All right, cool.
Who's
going first?
I tell you what, I'm going to set you a challenge first.
Okay.
Your one is 60 seconds to tell us why Steven Gerrard could be the next top manager. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Up for the challenge?
Come on now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, it's not working. Here we go.
go.
Why I think Stevie G could be the next top manager, just because I think he's done his education at Liverpool. I think he did the under-18s and the under-19s. So he's got that little education, that experience, first and foremost, to work with young kids. But listen, he was a legend. He's played with all the top players. And I know that playing with top players or being a top player doesn't mean you're going to be a top manager. But I think what he's learned from the game will be put him in good stead to be a manager. And then listen, he's taken the Radiant's job. And you've seen him. He's learned ever since. The first year, he knew what he needed. Second year, again, and I think this is the second year, or is he third year, whatever it is, but he's 6 points clear now. And I just think he's got the temperament. He's got that serious edge, but then he's also got that banter. And I think that, look, I'm biased because Stevie G is my guy, but I just think that he's done it the right way. I know that people have said, oh, listen, just because he's good, that he's been given a great job. I can talk. Listen, worst thing is I can talk all day about Stevie G just because I think he's that guy, but I do think he's going to be the next top manager. All right, LW, are you ready now for your 60-second challenge? Yeah? I see this one. I like this one. It's giving me a little chuckle inside because I know you're a Red and this is about your greatest rivals and that. All right, so you got 60 seconds to tell me why Spurs are title contenders.
Okay, I think there's more title contenders this season than there ever has been in recent memory. Let's get that in for a start.
Well,
I also think that the signings that they've made this summer have been good signings and have fitted in. And I think Jose has a plan in place. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg won't get all the headlines, but he's been brilliant. Gareth Bale isn't up to speed yet. As soon as he is, if he's the Gareth Bale that we all expect him to be in the Premier League, it's going to be terrifying. Add him to the mix with what Harry Kane and Heung-min Son are already doing together, again linking up at the weekend Kane scoring another brilliant goal between them. I think they are second in the league in terms of their productivity, only to Lampard and Drogba. I think that they are just incredible, and everybody can appreciate what they're like. I also think it's the most open Premier League that we've seen for a really long time. Defences aren't as great at the moment. That's probably their weakness. There isn't really a really commanding defence in the Premier League at the moment. The amount of goals that they can score potentially is huge. So I genuinely think Spurs could be title contenders. Whether or not they'll do it, I still think they might not.
I was about to say, I was like, right, you really giving the Spurs? Are you an Arsenal supporter?
I'm just trying to sell it. The thing is, it's like a challenge, isn't it? So did I pass?
No. Listen, for me, you passed, innit? And you touched on the whole Son and Kane sort of thing. Even like, we talked about it off air, like you can see their relationship, their partnership. When they scored and Son turned round and he said, Kane, was it you? Kane was like, yeah, it was me, man.
And
like,
they come here.
Coming for the love. And it's just, for me, it was beautiful. Them two at the moment, you put some Titanic music over that, it's gold, it's gold.
The best bit of the whole thing was when Kane was like, yeah, it was me. And then Son was like, and he just threw his head back. Like, just this emotional, like, come here, it was you. I love you. I absolutely love it. I love them two together, actually. I really do, even though they're Spurs. Our next 60-second challenge is both of us have to predict our top 6 at the end of the season.
Difficult.
It's going to be hard to do. So with that in mind, you can go first.
Thanks, LW.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, listen, I'm going to back my team, Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win it. Even though we're struggling with injuries a lot, I do think our forward line, and I think Jota is fitting in very well, and Shaqiri as well. So I think our forward line will kind of get us over the edge. I think City will come second. I just think Pep knows what he does. I know they're off it at the minute, but they just couldn't win games. Yeah. So I think they'll finish second. I say Spurs will finish third. I think Spurs are going to push Liverpool and City all the way. I feel like you said, if we get the Gareth Bale, Son, Kane, it's mad. But I do think their defence will let them down. I think Chelsea's going to finish fourth. I think they're going to finish fourth again. I think even though, I think this is a common theme with all the teams, I think defensively is most teams' weakest at the moment. I think that'll be Chelsea. But I think going forward, they're immense. I think they're going to finish fourth. I think Arsenal's going to finish fifth. I think Arteta's creating a strong ethos there. But I just don't think they've got enough to break into the top 4. And I think United will finish 6. I just think United have got, I'm over a minute, but I think United. So that'll be my top: Liverpool, City, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, United.
Okay. This is really difficult, isn't it?
Oh, I know, man. I was struggling. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go.
Manchester City, I think, will win the league this season. Yeah, I think they do have injuries. Jesus and Aguero both out at the moment, but I think Ferran Torres has been quite a good signing for them. I also think goals come from all over the place. They're the best player in the league, in my opinion, and Kevin De Bruyne. Laporte's coming back. I think they'll strengthen a little bit in defence. So I think they might just be able to do it this season. I really worry about Liverpool. I was worried anyway when Van Dijk was out at the same time as Alisson. Alisson's come back in, but with Van Dijk out for the season, and now with Fabinho dropping out as well for however long he's going to be out, I just think it's a real concern at the moment. And I get that the league is open and there's going to be goals scored all over the place. I think that was an area that they were so solid, and it sets the tone moving forward as well, doesn't it? So for me, it'll be City, Liverpool. Then I've gone for Manchester United.
Third.
Yeah, but now what I'm basing this on their run-in last season and their form after lockdown, in that period of time when we started again, because I think they can get that back. Am I on a minute already?
You're on a minute already.
Fine. Then I'm going to go number 4. I'm going Spurs. I've put Spurs ahead of Arsenal. I've literally put Chelsea in 5th and Arsenal in 6th. And the reason I put Arsenal down there is because I think they need a little bit more time. And you know what? I'm a patient Arsenal fan and I'm a big Mikel Arteta fan. So I'm going to allow them to have that time.
So you put Tottenham 4th and Arsenal 6th. Let's just put that on. So we know for all the Arsenal contingents out there, so we know what LW did, right? She goes on say she's not a blind supporter, but so let's just say you put Tottenham 4th, Arsenal 6th.
Do you want me to give you a really good reason why? I can give you a really good reason why. Our goal scorer, Aubameyang, has not been good since he re-signed the contract, right?
Ooh.
He's not been scoring goals.
Okay.
And listen, I love him as much as the next person, but already look at how many goals Spurs are scoring.
No, listen, for me, I just wanted to put it out there on record that you put Tottenham 4th and Arsenal 6th. That's all I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Don't come
a
to
minute's
me.
gone. I'm just saying, that's what it is. So your 6 is City, Liverpool, United, Tottenham,
Chelsea.
Then Arsenal.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Look,
Right.
if you notice, what I've actually done there is I've taken the pressure off of Arsenal. So I've not said we're going to finish top 4 or anything.
That's what
I
you
said,
did,
look,
yeah?
I've said 6.
That's what you did, yeah?
And anything else would be a bonus.
Yeah, that's what you did there. I see what you did there. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, we did Bayo's bucket. Yeah. So now we flipped it, and now we got Woodsy's box of chocolates. Because you know Woodsy likes her chocolate. You get what I'm saying?
Right, we're going to pick out a question at random from my box of chocolates that's just next to me in front of me here. So basically, some are for you, some are from me. I'll go first.
All right, be nice.
Okay, here we go. So this question is for Laura. What do you do when you're not working? I would urge you to mind your own business.
Oh, it's like that. Hey, inquiring minds want to know, LW, what do you do when you're not working?
All right, I've just got a puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just got a puppy. Her name's Lulu. She's a little French bulldog, and I'm telling you now, she does not know the difference between inside and outside yet.
Oh, so she's doo-dooing all over the place.
Oh, she saves it.
Oh.
She'll pop outside and she'll be like, I'll just do a little wee here, and I'll save the.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't take that.
Yeah, I'll save the rest for you. You've got kids, so you know what they're like.
Yeah, they all poo-poo on the floor. Well, kick them out. I'll tell you that now, I love them. They poo-poo all we on the floor, I'm kicking them out. I'm putting that on record, you know what I'm saying? My word is it true that Lulu looks like Danny Ings? I listen, inquiring minds want to know. I'm just putting it out there. Is it true? We need to have a picture, because word on the street, I hear you put a picture up of Lulu and then they kind of put a cross picture saying look like Danny Ings. Is it true? Oh my God. Yeah, is it true?
Hey, look, that's completely open to interpretation. I didn't say that, Danny. I didn't say that.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, like, I definitely want to see this, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see if Lulu and Danny Ings wants to say, we're going to put that out there. I'm telling you, we're going to put that out there. I'm going to go for the next question then.
Do you want me to get a picture of her up?
Yeah, let's do the split screen.
Right, there you go.
Look, for me, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have to put a split screen, because right now, listen, I ain't gonna do Danny Ings. Like, I ain't gonna do it wrong like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lulu looks very petrified and scared. I ain't seen Danny Ings looking scared like this. Lulu looks scary, yeah. All right, you know what I'm saying? All right, boom.
Next time I've got to go to St Mary's, this is the worst way to prepare for a post-match or a pre-match interview with Danny Ings.
I'll beg let me come with you. I'm like, listen, Danny Ings, word on the street is that you look like Lulu.
I'll bring Lulu and be like, is this yours?
Is this, y'all two look the same? All right, cool. All right, I'm going to ask this question. This one is for Laura.
Oh, sorry.
Who is the most intimidating person you have interviewed?
Oh, Jose at Manchester United.
Ah,
yeah, Jose.
You said this before, haven't
you? Just before they let him go.
Yeah. I had the Laura curse.
Yeah.
Say that. Where would you?
I had to go up there. It was just before their game against Chelsea when Conte was at Chelsea, and I was so scared. It was the first time I'd ever interviewed him, and it was the first big manager I'd ever interviewed.
Okay.
And he was absolutely fine, but the beginning part between me asking the question and him answering felt like a lifetime of silence. No, it wouldn't have been that long, but it was. It.
Oh, so this wasn't the one where he said he wanted to know your opinion?
No.
Oh, no. So this was just the first time. So this was more because it was your first time to...
Yeah.
And it was intimidating.
And he wasn't awful at all. He was absolutely fine. But I felt I was intimidated by the whole situation. It was more in my head. An actual intimidating manager, do you know what the best thing is? Carlo Ancelotti is amazing, right? But he will look at you and he's just got this way, right? The one eyebrow.
Oh yeah, the rock look.
And it's exactly, and he's almost like and he's almost like I can't really get one eyebrow up. But
yeah, you look mad when you try that.
Is that working?
No, your eye looks mad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's not really working, is it?
Lucky nobody can see it because her eye looks mad. I don't know what she's trying to do. She looks constipated and angry at the same time. Say nothing.
But I'm also trying to do an impression.
As well as that. Then. So does he look constipated and angry at the same time? Yeah.
So basically, he will look at you and he will also answer all of your questions in one. So you in your head you're like, right, I've got 3 really good questions, and then you'll ask him the first one and he'll answer. And then he'll answer the second that's already in your head. And then he'll answer the third, because this guy is so experienced beyond my wildest dreams. He knows the game inside out, and he knows every question you've possibly got to ask him. So then you're kind of like, okay, thanks.
Damn my day, you know.
But I love him at the same time. I think he's amazing.
I think he's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he manages that, you know what I'm saying?
The enemy in your mind.
Yeah, the enemy in them.
The very successful enemy at the moment.
Yeah, they lost the other day. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there because they were giving man stick and that they were unbeaten. And that,
my dog's team beat him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They showed him, and Danny Deans was on job. Yeah, me Lulu.
All right, I'll do the next one.
All right.
This one's for Laura again.
Well, this is your box of chocolates.
Should we just do another one? That's a good question. I'll save it. Let's get one for Bayo.
Oh, yeah? To be fair, I actually didn't mind it had been yours.
Here we go. Question for Bayo. Who's the laziest teammate you've ever played with?
Oh, laziest. Oh, raw. Who is the laziest? Do you know what? I could take the easiest and say myself, but I wouldn't say I'm lazy. I know what I'm good at, and I stick to that. But who's the laziest? That's a hard one. I'm gonna go for. I'll say Leon Knight, just because. I should have put that out there because he's going to attack me on Twitter, and he doesn't bite his word. It's probably not 90. To be fair, that's a hard one. I actually can't really recall like the laziest, but I bet you I'll remember it, and when I remember it, I'll tweet it back in. I'll tweet Super Six. You know what I'm saying?
You go for it.
Oh, I'll get this.
Your hands are too big for the ball.
I know, man. I'm a big dude, man. This one's for me. Which ground has the worst changing rooms? It's easy. Accrington and Stanley.
Does it?
Yeah, Aki's ground. It's Porter Cabins. But I actually like it. It was the place that I scored my first and only ever hat trick. So I remember signing the ball there. But it's the worst. It is the worst. It is hands down the worst.
You know when Lincoln hosted Liverpool in the Carabao Cup this season, last month or the month before, and they were in Porter Cabins.
Yeah.
So you get like all these stars coming out, and it was stars like Virgil van Dijk came off the coach straight into the Porter Cabin to get changed. I died. I thought it was the best
I got
thing.
told Liverpool changed at the hotel. So when they half of them changed at the hotel, but I because that's where I play the majority, it makes me smile because I'm like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Not to say this is real football, but this is football you ain't used to, sort of thing. So. Yeah, man, Aki, hands down.
So, question for Laura: what is your most embarrassing TV moment? I have honestly daily. I have embarrassing TV moments. I don't think I've really completed a show where I haven't had something embarrassing happen. I always love working with Paul Merson because between us we will butcher somebody's name 100%. I also there's parts where you. Don't know your live. So the first live I ever did, my ears went down. So like my earpiece in my ear went down, so I couldn't hear anything. And they'd basically said, "You are live." And when they came to me live, it was for Game Changers, this Sky Sports kids show.
Yeah.
I was like, "I can't hear anything," and I was like, live. And I'm just looking at the camera, and all my family obviously waiting, like, it's Laura's first live moment, and the first thing it's me going, "I can't hear anything," and then someone's like, "Go," like that. The floor manager's like, "Go." You get caught in the sprinklers quite a lot. Sometimes I remember, this was awful. This was like the worst. I remember it was like my first season doing Super Sunday, and I remember I was doing the team news, and team news is actually quite scary. Not because of you have to get all the information right.
Yeah.
And that's hard. Like, say for example, a team makes 10 changes or something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, they go through, and then there might be a few injuries. There might be people that are promoted from the bench or dropped to the bench. And these are all things you have to iron out, right? So, and you want to throw some stats and facts in there, but also you don't want to give too much information. So it's like it's a real kind of balance that you have to strike. But for me, the scary part was because it was on Super Sunday and it was my first season, so I was like quite scared of making a mistake. And your brain does funny things to you, doesn't it? Especially when you're worried about making mistakes.
Yeah.
You usually make those mistakes.
Yeah.
So I remember I got through the team news and I finished it, and I was like, I felt quite good about that. I didn't mess anything up. I was clear with my speaking. I didn't trip over anything. Anyway, sat down, I was about to start the game, and I never really check Twitter, especially don't check it anymore in the middle of a show or anything like that. But for some reason that day I went on Twitter and I had this barrage of people going, oh, John Joe Shelby, eh? It was not a Newcastle game. And I was like, what's John Joe Shelby got to do with anything? And basically, I'd been doing the team news and I said, John Joe Kenny's on the bench. But what it came out as was John Joe Shelby on the bench. Yeah. Came out of absolutely nowhere. Literally, I think it was just after the Euros, and we'd all been talking about why John Joe Shelby should be included.
Yeah.
So and my dad's a Geordie as well. So I don't even know why he was on the brain. I just went, John Joe Shelby's on the bench, and everyone was like, what's he doing?
And you didn't clock until Twitter, so it wasn't even like you could change it.
I didn't even know. I was like, brilliant. Said it with conviction.
Well, to be fair, I ain't gonna lie. You already know me. I mess up names all the time, and I'd be like, boy, I got that wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Have you ever fallen?
What, as in fallen over?
Yeah, or slipped and that one. I think that's more, rather than getting names wrong, maybe because I'm not a pundit and that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the one where you're like, oh gosh, and they go on.
I had to do a shot once when I was working on Game Changers and it was live, where we had an ice rink. And it was like, why are we doing this? And we were all in these ice skates trying to skate around. And I didn't fall over, but only because I was basically skating like a 90-year-old. You know, I was like clenched, bent knees, low centre of gravity, arms out like this. Like it was
to be fair, you're pretty guggo. I've watched you on what's that?
Dancing on Ice?
Nah. What's that show that James Corden does and that?
Oh, what, A League of Their Own?
Yeah, man, I see you diving header and that. you're you know what I'm saying, man? You're gully, you're gung ho. I like that.
Robin van Persie, but this is the most maddest moment. Robin van Persie, before we did that challenge, he was on my team and I was like, so, Robin, can you give us any tips for diving header? And he was like, yes, I can. And Robin van Persie genuinely gave me tips on how to head a football, right? Genuinely. And I took notes. And I remember, I was like, keep them all in your head. He was like, don't take your eye off the ball. I can't remember.
The ball was massive. How can you take your eye off it?
I know, it was giant, wasn't it? But he was standing there, giving me genuine tips on how to head this ball. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I must have dived off that thing with such force. I was like a salmon, headed the ball, went in. I was like, this is amazing. And it was in slow motion. I was like, I've nailed this on TV. And then as I landed, I was like, what did he say about landing? And then just smack.
Oh gosh, I was busting. I was like, no, man, she really went for it. We're going to do one more?
Yeah.
All right. We'll do one more. All right. Question for Bayo. What is your favourite song to listen to before a match? It just depends my mood. Depends. I can listen to Disney. I do love Aladdin, A Whole New World.
What?
Yeah. Do you know the craziest thing is I keep telling people this, that my taste is very, very...
eclectic.
Eclectic, that's the word. It's very eclectic. Because Disney movies just put me in a somber... It just puts me in a somber mood. And I just go in, it just puts me in a somber mood. So I can listen to Aladdin, A Whole New World, or Mulan soundtrack. Or then I can go real fuggy and listen to DMX or Drake. So it's mad. My playlist is literally... just whatever the mood takes me. I think nostalgia plays such a powerful role in my life, sort of thing. So I can listen to a track like Aladdin and it takes me to, I can remember what I was doing there, and it just puts me in rather than it actually being the heavy hitting track. For me, it's just how the music makes me feel.
I'd love you to do a playlist one day, your pre-match playlist for us all, so we can listen to
I'm telling you, I've said this, I put this out there. I was like, how many people in the gym listen to slow jams? So you can see me pushing mad weights and arms and that, and thinking, right, this guy's probably listening to some real, and it's like a whole new. I'm just putting it's 12. That's how I am. It's mad. Good times, great memories.
So now it's time to take a look at the Super 6 fixtures for round 10. So round 9 was a midweek set of matches. So it took place on Tuesday night, mixture of Championship and Champions League games.
So don't forget, you can download the Super 6 app, create an account and play for free by predicting the scores of 6 chosen matches to be in with a chance to win £250,000 this week. And remember, it's free.
We also have our Super 6 League, so you can join using the code SUPER6, and there is a £1,000 prize for the winner of that league. Also, a reminder, you can invite your mates to join as well. They can join Super 6, and if any of your invited friends go on to win the jackpot, you will win £25,000, so lots of incentive.
It's a lot of money there, man.
It is.
Jeez.
So, prediction time. Bayo, you're going to say what score you think it is, and then I'm going to say the correct one afterwards. Are you ready?
Please, man, I've got this. This is me. This is my week. I'm putting it down. Let's go, LW.
Okay, predictions for Bournemouth v Derby.
2-1 Bournemouth. What are you saying?
2-0 Bournemouth.
Okay.
Barnsley, Watford.
All right, I'm going to say, just played Watford, I'm going to say 2-0 Watford.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to say 2-0 Watford as well, especially with Ben Foster, clean sheet for sure.
Yeah.
Borough, Forest. Ooh.
I'm going to say Chris Hughton effect is, he hasn't lost since he's taken in. I know he won one, drew one, so I'm going to say 1-0 Forest.
Warnock, Houghton. I'm going to say 2-1 Forest.
Okay.
Swansea v Blackburn.
Played both of these teams. Blackburn score goals, just Scott, Harvey Elliott. Swansea score goals at the Liberty Stadium. I'm going to say 2-2.
I'm going to say 3-2 Blackburn. I think that's same as you. Score a lot of goals. Harvey Elliott, I think, will be a big, big impression on them as well. Preston v Birmingham.
I'm going to say it's at Preston, I think. I'm going to say 2-0 Preston.
Are you? I'm going to say 1-0 Birmingham.
Yeah?
Just for,
Yeah, no, to be fair, I get that. I get that.
Just to be a bit different. All right, so the game that we're going to focus on is Burnley v Chelsea. Now, this one's quite difficult to call because what I want to say is that Chelsea brought in goal scorers and they will score goals. But also Burnley last season, they're clean sheets. The keeper nearly got a golden glove. So I kind of want to be a bit respectful to both teams here. I think it might be 2-1 to Chelsea.
You know what? I get what you're saying, and I think the same. I think Burnley did well against Spurs, and I think they will take confidence from that. And I think their strikers, Wood and Barnes, are going to cause them trouble. So I'm going to say a nice conservative 1-1 draw.
Okay, let's see how they get on then. That is it, guys, for another week. Thank you so much for listening as well. If you want to get involved on Twitter and send us some questions for next week, can do. Use the hashtag Super6Podcast and follow us at Super6.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure you get the podcast, which will download automatically each week.
That is it. See you next time. Bye.
Take care. Peace and love.